Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
In addition to special segments like How's It Work and What to Do If, Beyond the Badge would like to introduce a new segment called Edina Investigates, a retrospective about high-profile cases from Edina's history told by the people who were there.
It was apparent that it was an arson fire from the fact that a big rock had been thrown through an office window. Someone had crawled in and poured gasoline on the floor of I think it was the assistant principal's office, and lit it on fire.
On April 29, 1994, a maintenance worker arrives at Edina High School to begin his shift. 5:30 a.m. is typically a quiet time around the high school, but not this morning.
It happened sometime during the night. They had a working alarm system, and the sprinklers kept going for who knows how long.
Fortunately, long enough to put out the fire. The presence of flammable liquid patterns at the scene indicate that the situation could have been far worse.
The day after the fire, I sent out a message to metropolitan area police departments asking if anyone had any other incidents of either arson or suspicious fires or damage to property incidents where rocks or bricks were thrown through windows.
Not coincidentally, reports of nearby property damage involving rocks and broken glass were starting to establish a pattern. A devastating fire at Burnsville High School several days earlier now had greater significance.
It turns out after the fire at Edina, a similar incident occurred at Minnetonka High School. And it happened while there was a custodian in the building. He had the common sense to follow the guy out the door and wrote down his license plate number, got a description, and called 911. I knew it was a significant, serious case, but I also had the peace of mind knowing that there was a suspect already.
And that suspect was former Burnsville High School student, 25-year-old Jeffrey Scott Gardner.
I think in this particular case, somebody was angry about something, and that is typically one of the major reasons for arson, is somebody's angry and they use fire as a violent means to achieve their ends.
Gardner's mother is concerned after her son has some uncharacteristically late nights. In his vehicle, she notices the smell of gasoline, some small rocks, and other suspicious material.
We ended up with a lot of glass evidence, both from the scenes of these arsons and the damage to properties, one at private residence and one at Normandale Community College. And we're able to match those to glass fragments that were taken during a search warrant of his home. There was glass fragments found in the trunk of his car, in floor mats of his car, in his jacket.
The investigation work sort of just kept turning over rocks and looking here and looking, and they turned over the right rocks at the right time, and all the pieces fell in together.
In addition to the glass evidence, a home search would turn up the small orange gas canister spotted in the suspect's hand at Minnetonka High School. Fortunately for Edina and Minnetonka High Schools, the accelerant's effects were mitigated.
School buildings were a target. They were a high-risk area for arson. We had just completed a major renovation on the building and put sprinklers throughout the entire building. So when this fire occurred, it was really viewed as one of our big success stories.
The other success story was the cooperative effort of multiple law enforcement and public safety agencies to connect the dots of so many separate but related cases.
The county was involved, the federal government was involved, three city police departments and fire departments were involved, and I think the investigators on this just did an outstanding job of coordinating all those people.
The estimated damage to Edina High School as a result of the fire was between $60,000 and $100,000. Minnetonka High School incurred damages costing $50,000 to $100,000. Burnsville High School was completely engulfed in flames when fire personnel responded to the scene and incurred damages estimated at $15 million.